Hello friends, this is Raj Sastry from Raj Option Trading. Today is August 27, 2022. Hope you're all doing well. In today's segment, we'll take a look at heavily shorted stocks and how to profit from it. As many of you know, when a stock is heavily shorted, it can cause a short squeeze and stock can go higher. Let's look at few such opportunities. We'll start with a quick market update. Look, from a market update perspective, we got here fear and greed index. Fear and greed index points to fear right now. Look, Fed basically said they're not our friends anymore and they're going to raise the rates aggressively. That's why we swung from a neutral zone to the fear zone. I can see us coming slightly down before it take off again. That's why, as we say, don't fight the Fed. Fed is always in control and market listens to the Fed. So that's about the fear and greed index. Now let's jump in and go to Thinkorswim platform to look at the market. Look, we are going to Thinkorswim platform here. From Market perspective, look what's going on here. We got market chugging along pretty well, ignoring all the Fed leaders talk about aggressive increase. But when Jay Powell spoke and said he's going to do whatever it takes to tame the inflation, market came down. Look at that big red candle. It came down big time. This is S&P 500 down big time, and we got Dow Jones Industrial Average. Look at that huge big red candle here. It's down 1100 points, as you can see here. And same story, Nasdaq also dropped big time here, and Russell dropping big time, and so on and so forth. Look, bond is trying to go higher, as you can see here, which is typically an inverse relationship between stocks and bonds. And interest rate is slightly coming down. That's why bond is going slightly higher. And look, even crude oil, a slight uptick on Friday, as you can see here. It's after the market, but crude oil is holding up pretty well. Still, it's in a downtrend, as you can see here. Gold is also down nicely, as you can see. And we got dollar. Dollar is strengthening, as you can see here. That can put some pressure on commodities like crude oil and gold and other commodities. So that's what's going on here. Now let's look at the market breadth. From a market breadth perspective, let's jump in here and go into our market breadth. Let's look at market breadth from a 3-month, 30-day perspective and go from there. Look, from a market breadth perspective, we got a 30-day market breadth here. Look at the skew here. Skew is trying to go higher, as you can see here. It had a big drop. Look, it's trying to go higher. We are still very low from a skew perspective, but that's a good news here. Skew is going higher. That's a very good news. And you got trading index here. Trading index hit high, as you can see here. And as you see here, we got a few more pointers here. Volume is dropping slightly. And we got here Vixx. Vixx is partying. Look, Vixx is jumping up pretty nicely here. It's at 25. And we got put call ratio here. Look at put call ratio. It's 0.86. It's going higher. That tells you for the folks who want to sell premium, sell call option at the top, sell put option or put spread at the bottom, they can make some good money. Put call spread, put call ratio is going higher. And look, parties off, risk off here. AUD JPY currency pair is going down. That tells you market sell-off can continue. And we got dollar strengthening. That's we got to watch out as dollar strengthens. And most of these multinational companies will have trouble bringing those money and show the profit. That's a not so great news here. So now what we'll do is we'll jump in here and go to one of my favorite platform, which is Trading View. Look, from a Trading View perspective, we got a heat map here. So in this heat map, let's jump in here. Let's look at S&P 500 to begin with and go from there. Look, we got S&P 500 on Friday. It's a bloodbath. So when Fed speaks, market listens. Look at that bloodbath here. We got nice and high bloodbath in technology, and we got few spots here. Look, we got one or two spots with a little bit positive, but overall all the sectors, as you can see here, it's squarely in the red. And as we look through here, we can look at Nasdaq 100 tech stocks here. Look, tech stocks are also down nicely, as you can see here. So now what we'll do is we'll jump in and look at heavily shorted stocks and go from there. Look, we'll go into this spreadsheet here. We got heavily shorted stocks. This spreadsheet is sorted by short ratio here, or float, short float. Look, all these stocks, they got nice and high short float here. Top of the list is Bed Bath and Beyond, as you can see here. Look, nice 44% short ratio. Looks like insiders are selling, as you can see here, and institutions are also selling. That's not great, not so great news. And what we'll do is we'll look at a few more details and go from there. I will expand this quickly so you can look at a few more details here, then we can collapse. Look, Bed Bath and Beyond, BBBY. Currently, stock price is at $10. Look, target price is $4. That tells you analysts are not upbeat about the stock. That's why target price is much lower. Market cap is 855 million. Look, insiders are selling. And if you look at a little more detail here, so let's expand this here. Look, right now, Bed Bath and Beyond looks like there is a very good institution backing for this stock. 84% institution ownership on Bed Bath and Beyond. That's why I'm not too much worried here. You could take advantage of this huge big downtime here. And buy some Bed Bath and Beyond if you're a long-term holder. Look, Bed Bath and Beyond. Well, the problem is, look, from a sales perspective, sales is negative. If you look at quarter over quarter, or 1 year, or even 5 year sales is negative, and they're doing about $7 billion in sales. That's not too bad, but sales growth itself is negative if you look at quarter over quarter, or 1 year, or 5 year. Gross margin is pretty okay, but net margin is negative. Company is losing money, as you can see here. Nice volume, I like it, and they got money. Look, current ratio is 1. That tells you they got enough money to take care of their short-term obligations. And look, ATR is pretty nice here, and as you scan through here, we got here volume. Volume is pretty good. Volume is more than 90-day average volume. Relative volume is picking up. And we could also expand here and look at the volume a little more closely here. As you look through the volume, you got some more details. Look, from a volume perspective, current volume is below its 10-day average volume and below its 30-day average volume also by 61 and 15% respectively. But look, current volume is above its 60-day average as well as 90-day average. That's a good story here. And we'll collapse this here. And look, from a short ratio perspective, nice and high short ratio. One more thing I added is it's always good to look at the option market. Look, we got here my ATR, which is average true range. This stock moves. It's a good move, 2.99. You can make some good money with this stock. Nice IV rank. IV rank is 68.9. If you're in the option market, you could make some good money selling premium below current stock price. And look, open interest is very high. That tells you in the options market, a lot of people are holding the options. 1.9 million shares, open interest. That tells you a lot of folks are, buying call options. Holding or hanging on to their positions in call options and put options. That's a good healthy volume here. And we could expand here to see what's going on in the options market. Look, in the options market, look from a call perspective, there is a nice call volume. There are a lot of people buying call than put. That tells you from a put call ratio perspective 0.58. That tells you there are 50% more call buyers than put buyers. That's always a good news. That puts the put call ratio at 0.58. And look, from a volume perspective, we got option volume 635, but open interest is much higher. It's not an unusual option volume, but option volume is less than open interest. So normally some technicians look for nice and high option volume compared to open interest, but in this case it's not an unusual open interest as an unusual option volume, as you can see here. And I've got a few more things here. Let's collapse this here and look at a few more details. All right, so we got earnings per share. This company doesn't make money. Look, earnings per share is negative. And we got some of the details about performance here. Look, from a one-day perspective, stock is going higher in one day, up nicely when the market is tanking. Bed Bath and Beyond is going up. That's the good news here. But stock is down in 5-day, 10-day, and so on and so forth, as you see here, down nicely, as you can see. And if I expand this further, you could look at a few more details here. And if you're a long-term holder, look, even 5-year, 10-year, you did not make money. That's why this stock is completely speculative. You have never made money if you're a long-term buyer of Bed Bath and Beyond. But it's a purely speculative play. Given short ratio is so high, you could do some speculative play here. And as you scan through, we got a few more details. I will not belabor into the details, but look, earning is 929, so it's coming next month. And good news here is from a simple moving average perspective. Look, it's above its 5-day SMA as well as 10-day SMA, nice and high, as you see here. So at this time, I say if you want to buy Bed Bath and Beyond, you could. Given stock is sold off here, you could make some money. With the Bed Bath and Beyond here. It's not a long-term play, as we talked about. All right, so we got a few more here. We got Upstart. Upstart is also a, look, Upstart is a $25 stock. Target price is 26, as you can see here. Look, insiders are selling, not a good story here. Ownership perspective, not too much ownership. There is a 47% institutional ownership. That's not bad. It's pretty good, as you can see. And we've got a few more here. This company has got nice sales growth in 1 year. That's good. Sales is also growing quarter over quarter. No issue on the top line revenue growth, as you can see here. And look, these guys have got little more debt on the balance sheet, but given it's a financial type company, I'm not too much worried at this time. From a volume perspective, it's below its 90-day average volume by 13%. And RSI perspective, look, RSI 14 days 42. Stock is getting weakened, as you can see here. 7-day RSI is 35. And nice ATR, average true range, not too bad. Look, IV rank is high. You could make some money selling some premium below the current stock price. In the option market, as you see here, nice open interest. Not so nice. It's a 530,000 open interest. Not too bad, but not great either. And if you expand it further to see what's going on from a put call perspective, look, we got Upstart right here. I like it here. Look, we got a nice and high. Look, call volume is 47,000. Put volume is 76. That tells you a lot of people are buying put option, worrying this can come down further. So this one is a situation where we got look, very high put call ratio. That tells you a lot of people are buying put option. As you see here, from a short ratio perspective, it has a high short ratio. So we got double whammy here. So at this time, if this stock can squeeze those short seller, given there is a nice put call ratio as well as nice and heavy short percentage. And as you scan through here further, we got a few more things. Let's collapse this here. And look, high short ratio 37%, put call ratio is high. And as you look through here, both these stocks have got low float. Look, 70 million shares from a float perspective. That makes these stocks a little bit special when it comes to short squeeze situation here. And Upstart has got the earnings per share. That's not bad. Look nice, 26.5 earnings per share. Looks like company is making money. Not too bad here. Valuation perspective, pretty much manageable from a PE ratio and PS ratio perspective. But look, stock has been stalling. Look, stock has been coming down in 1 day, 5 day, all the way to 1 year. And stocks has never made money for you, even in the long run. And as you scan through here from a overall score perspective, this one gets a very low score. As you see here, free cash flow negative. Look, operating cash flow is also negative. They have some operating income, but not too much. And next earning is 11/8. We got a lot of time here. Looks like they're done with earnings. And from a SMA perspective, look, from a simple moving average perspective, currently stock is below its 5-day SMA, and it's nicely below its 10-day SMA also by 14%, and it's also below its 20-day SMA. Right now, stock is really weak, very weak here. So at this time, as a contrarian, we could make a case to buy some upstart here, given it's completely slaughtered at this point here. All right, so we got a few more here. We got Fiskar, as you see here. Fiskar stock price is about $9. Look at target price, $15. That's a good uptick here. And look, this one has got nice institutional backing, 50%, not too bad. You know, it's good to have nice institutional backing. And look, from a sales perspective, Fiskar, let's see here, from a sales perspective, Fiskar sales, there is not too much sales at all. Look, it's a very small sales, very negligible, and I would not worry too much about sales growth here, given the sales itself is very low here. Company not making money, net margin negative, gross margin is also not much at all. Nice and high volume. Company's got some issue here with the debt, but not, the current ratio is nice and high. They can meet the short-term obligation. I like it that way. Look, from a volume perspective, 40% below its 90-day average volume, so volume is drying up. Let's actually look at a little more detail on the volume side. We can expand this here. Look at the volume here. We're talking about Fiskar. Look, volume is drying up here. If you look at relative volume, 10-day, 30-day, it's all negative, as you can see here. So I'm not too pumped up about the volume here. Let's do one thing. Let's collapse these guys here so that way it doesn't come in our way. All right, so we can just group these folks here. All right, so let's collapse this. Look, from a volume perspective, we got Fiskar here. Volume is a little bit, I'm not so happy about the volume here, whereas in case of Upstart, we got at least it's above its 10-day average volume here, whereas Fiskar volume is not so great. And as you scan through from an RSI perspective, it's strengthening. Look, 14-day RSI is 46, 7-day RSI is 48. That tells you at this time it could be okay. It's a little bit strengthening from a relative strength perspective. As you scan through here, we got Fiskar, IV rank is very low. That tells you even ATR available to ATR average to range is also low here. IV rank is low. Open interest from an option perspective, 472K. Look, folks are buying. The call volume is 9K and put volume is 8K. That tells you there are more put option, there are more call option buyers. That's the good news. It's almost neck to neck, as you see here. Look, option volume is 18,000 and open interest is so high. It's not an unusual volume because option volume is much below its open interest, and high short ratio, as you can see here. And as you look through a few more details here, Fiskar has got nice and little high float here, given 145 million shares. You got to be careful here. It may not be one of those short squeeze scenario up front because of a little bit higher float, but that doesn't matter as you look through more details here. Look, we got a few more details here. Company is not making money. It's a negative EPS, as you can see here. And look, from a performance perspective, Look, we got Fiskar right here. From a performance perspective, in 1 day, 5 day, companies really, it's in a 1 day perspective, it's negative on Friday, not too much, but in a 5 day, it's trying to go higher. That's a good news here. And from a performance perspective, this company has not made money for you if you're a long-term investor. Look, it's down 35%. It's down 62% from 52-week high. So it's not made money for long-term investors. As you scan through here, it's Fiskar is trying to go above its 5-day SMA, as you see here. That's a good news. And we got a few more things going on here. We got EVgo and so on and so forth here. Look, EVgo has got nice and high short ratio, as you see here. And we got a few more stocks, as you see here, nice and high open interest. So we could do one thing, we can collapse some of these things here and look at a few more details. All right, so we got all these stocks here, and let's look at a few more details here and see which one we can buy at this time here. All right, so we talked about Fiskar, we got EVgo here. EVgo also we got as we scan through here, let's go further down here. Nice and high short ratio in EVgo here, 34%. As you look through the options market here, look, call volume is high, put volume is a little bit lower. That tells you folks are buying call options in EVgo here compared to put option. That's a good news here. And you should also look at the volume EVgo perspective. From a volume perspective, it's below its 10-day, 30-day, and 60-day volume. And it's above its 90-day average volume. That's also a good news here. Stock is getting slammed in the shorter term RSI perspective. 7-day RSI is 41, as you see here. That's EVgo. And look, as you scan through the details here, stock is not making money in the long term. And look, it's below its 5-day SMA, but nice and high above its 10-day SMA. So you could look at this one for a short squeeze type candidate here, not a long-term play. And we got a few more here. As you scan through, we got a few more things going on here. Let's do one thing. Let's look at a few more here. We got a few more here. We got Beyond Meat. Look, Beyond Meat, current stock price is 24, target price is 23. That tells you analysts are not upbeat about this stock here. And as you scan through here, look, we got insider owning 4%, institution owning 71%. That tells you that it's a good institutional backing for Beyond Meat. And look, we got institutions buying Beyond Meat at this time. That's also a good news here. And look, we got nice volume surge going on here in Beyond Meat. So at this time, it could be okay to buy some Beyond Meat. Mainly look, volume is going higher. That's a good news. I like it. And from an RSI perspective, it's a different story. Stock is getting slaughtered here. Look, RSI 7-day is 19. That tells you stock is getting slaughtered. Nice and high IV rank here. If you want to sell some premium, either call option at the top or put option at the bottom, you can make some good money. Given stock is slaughtered big time here, probably it's a good idea to sell some put option all the way below current stock price here. From an open interest perspective, nice and high open interest here. And look, a lot of people are buying call option, but more people are buying put option here. That's why put call ratio is high. So this is one of those candidates here. You got high short ratio, 34%, and people are buying put option heavily. So if this causes short squeeze, both put option buyers and short and the folks who shorted the stock both can get clobbered and stock can go higher. That's why Beyond Meat could be a good one, mainly because look, volume is surging and a lot of people are buying put option and nice and high institutional buy at this time. That could be a good one for us to buy. And we've got a few more stocks here. Keep watching volume here. Whenever you see nice volume uptick here, for example, AMX here, look, nice volume uptick here. It's above its 10-day average here. You could look at such names, but on the contrary, look, from a institution and insider perspective, not too much going on here, but volume is picking up. You could buy some AMX also here. As you look through here, AMX 31% short ratio, and if you look all the way down here, look, AMX, it did not make money if you're a long-term holder, but in 2 years it made you money. And we got a few more things going on here. AMX, look, earnings is coming up in 10/18. Stock is below its 5-day EMA or SMA or simple moving average, but nice and high above its 10-day SMA. So at this time, it could be good to buy some AMX here. So we got a few more here. Look, Revolve Group. Look at the volume surge. Nice volume surge here. But the problem is, look, insiders are selling, not so great. But look, insiders don't own too much share. I'm not too much worried here. But institutions are buying. That's a good story here. And institutions are owning nice and high, 135% in Revolve Group. That's a good news. Nice institutional backing for Revolve Group here. And look, they got pretty okay sales, as you see here. Nice volume surge. I like it. Nice volume also. 3 million shares traded. Not too bad. And look, Revolve Group from a RSI perspective, both 7-day and 14-day RSI, both are 42 here. It's getting nice, nice stability at this time here. And IV rank is 29%, low volatility at this time. And open interest is pretty high. Look, from an option volume perspective, option volume is 3 million, as you can see here. And look, here also same story. There are more people buying put options than call option. That's why put call ratio, as you see here, let's see here, Revolve Group, put call ratio 1.92. So when the stocks goes higher, both these put option buyer look nice and high put option buyers, as well as the folks who shorted the stock, both can get slaughtered and this stock can go higher. And as you look through the detail here, look what's going on here. Revolve Group, we got right here. Stock is going higher in the shorter term. That's a good news. Stock is trying to go higher here. And if you keep looking at it further here, Revolve Group, and look, earning is coming up later. And look, it's above its 5-day SMA by 3.7%. It's below its 10-day SMA. It's taking its 5-day SMA on here, which is a good news here. So at this time, Revolve Group is also a good one here. You could look at that one also. We got a few more here. Keep watching the volume surge here. Look, we got CLAR. Look at the CLAR here. Look at the volume surge. Nice and high volume surge. And RSI tells the stock is getting clobbered even before looking at the performance here. But this could be a good one here. CLAR Group, look, CLAR Corp, nice institutional transactions here that tells you institutions are buying, institutions are owning nice chunk of the stock here, 92%. And look, RSI tells you stock is getting slaughtered here. And if you scan through high volatility, 100% IV rank, that tells you it's very volatile here. And look, as you scan through here, put call ratio perspective, we got nice call option buying here, 218%. That puts you put call ratio at 0.39. That's the good news. A lot of people are buying call option, hoping stock will go higher. In the option market, folks are betting this will go higher. And we got a few more things going on here. Look, we got a few more names as usual. Keep a watch on volume here. Look, few stocks here, nice volume surge. I like it. And also keep a watch on insider institution transactions here. And look, we got BTNR, nice and high volume surge. That's a good news here from a IV rank perspective, low IV rank. From an RSI perspective, look, stock is getting stronger here. Tells you 14-day RSI is 46, 7-day RSI is 56. That tells you stock is getting stronger. That's a good news here. And we got a few more here. Keep a watch on volume as usual. I like all these names. There's a nice and high volume here that tells you stock is getting strengthened. People are buying stock here. Volume is nice and high. Many of these cases also look at 14-day RSI and 7-day RSI. Few of these stocks are getting a little bit weaker. Could be good to buy for a little longer term here. And it goes on here. We got Marathon Digital. Look, nice volume surge here in Marathon Digital. Institutional ownership is pretty okay here. Institutions are buying Marathon Digital. That's could be a good one here. And we got one more here, Allo. Look, Allo, nice institutional buy here. That's also a good one here, but volume is not there yet. That's not so great news, but it's always good to see institutions are buying. And we got a few more as you see here. As usual, keep watching your institution insider buying here. We got FUBO here. Look, FUBO, nice institution buy as you can see here. Volume is not there. Stock is getting clobbered by looking at RSI here. So you got to be slightly careful. And we got a few more things going on here. Look, we got OLO here. OLO has got nice institutional buy. That's a good news here. Insiders are selling, but they don't own much. Don't worry. And look, nice and high institution ownership in OLO here. So you could buy some OLO at these levels here. Look, volume is not there as we see here. And stock is getting clobbered from an RSI perspective. Nice and high short interest in OLO as you can see here. And a low float, I like it. OLO has a low float here. You could buy some OLO here, and even Dick's Sporting Goods for that matter. Look at the float, very low float for this big company here. You could buy that one too here. And we got a few more going on here. We got Editas Medicine. Look, Editas Medicine. Look at the target price, 32, almost double the current price here. A nice volume surge. I like it. And as you look through a little more detail in Editas here, look, institutions are buying. That's a good sign here. Institutions own nice chunk. That's also great here. You could buy some Editas for longer term. You could make some good money here. So Editas from an option perspective, look, nice call volume here. There is more call volume than put option volume. That's a good news here. Folks are bullish in the option market. All right, so we got a few more here. Keep watch on insider institution buying here. Look, we got Ride. Look at the insider buying, insider ownership in Ride. Lordstone, nice and high insider ownership here. That's a good news here. But look, insiders are selling slightly, but institutions are buying. Institutions have got 31%, so it's also a good one here. But the problem is, look, volume is drying up here. Not so great volume. That's not great news here. As you look through here, we've got iRobot here. Look, at this time, iRobot, I think it's the game is done here. Amazon is buying iRobot, or there is an agreement. So at this time, I would not, play this here. Mainly because it may be an acquisition type candidate here. So we got a few more going on here. Keep watching the inside institution transactions here. Look, we got Stitch Fix, nice and high insider buying. Institutions are also buying. That's a good news here. But volume is not there. Stock is also getting clobbered by looking at the RSI, as you can see here. And as you scan through Stitch Fix here, call volume here 445, put volume is here, call volume 2.3 mil, put volume is about 2.1. so looks like there are more call option buyer. That's the good news here. All right, so we got a few more things going on here. Look, we got a few more stocks as you can see here. Keep watch on inside institution activities here. Look, NEOG here, nice insider buy, I like it. And look, we got Guess and Nordstrom here. Volume is increasing. That's a good news here. You could look at some of these stocks where there's a nice and high volume increase here, but stocks are getting clobbered as you can see here. But just by looking at RSI 7 and 14, you can see stock is getting clobbered. And then you can look at the call option volume here. Look, we got Guess. Look, call volume is 224. In the options market, this is not too active, so it's not an options play as you can see here. All right, so we got a few more stocks going on here. Look, keep a watch on high insider selling, institutions selling. Those may not be good stocks for you to buy at this time. You should probably steer away unless there is a volume surge here. Look, HT here, Chinese company, as many of you know, nice volume surge. And look, this is also getting stronger here. RSI perspective getting stronger. So at this time, I would not jump in, especially because RSI is already jumping higher here. I would wait for a little bit pullback here. And we got a few more. Look, we got a firm. Look at that nice institution, insider transactions, insider buying a firm here, and there is a nice institutional backing for a firm. Institutions are also buying, as you can see here. And as you look at the firm here, stock is getting clobbered here. This could be a good one to buy. Look at that volume, 39 million, and stock volume is getting stronger. And as you scan through the detail, 19% short ratio here, and float is not too low here. It's a little bit high, as you can see here, but still it's a good one here. Stock is getting completely clobbered. This is one of those places where stock is completely out. You could buy some a firm here if you're a little bit longer term type candidate. And we got a few more stocks here. Look, keep watch on the insider institution here. We got Beam. Beam has got nice institution buy here. Institutions own about 88%, but insiders are selling. Not a great news. But given the institutions are buying, look at volume here. Volume is nice and high. Current volume is higher than 10-day average volume by 7% and 30-day volume by 14%, so on and so forth. And look, it's also getting clobbered slightly, so you could buy some Beam here, $56 stock. So we got a few more. Keep watch on the insider institution here. Look, we got a few stocks here. Nice institution buy. We got uranium stock here, UEC, Axiom, and Volta. Nice institution buy here. But look, probably UEC, given relative volume, current volume is above its 14-day average volume. RSI is middle of the road. You could take a look at UEC here. That could be a good one here. And look, all these stocks where there is nice institutional buy, you could look at those names here. Look, Sega, one of those very volatile stocks. Stock got completely clobbered here. You could look at this one also here. And keep watching the option open interest and option volume here and put call ratio. Whenever you see high put call ratio, for example CNK, Cinemark here, look, high short ratio, high put call ratio here. These can really squeeze those short sellers as well as put option buyers. Look, we got Zillow here, could be a good one here. Look, nice and high put call ratio, and short ratio is also high, so that could be a good one for you to take a look here. Look, 17% short ratio. And we got a few more, as you see here. Look, we got ACMR. ACMR has got nice and high institutional buy, and look, institution own nice at 74% chunk here, so you could look at that one also here. From an RSI perspective, slightly getting weaker, as you can see here. So with that, we got a few more here. I would just quickly splash here. As usual, keep a look at institution buy, insider buy here. If it's nice and high institutional buy, for example Coinbase here, look, volume is slightly down here, but look at that insider transactions, the institutional transactions. Everybody's buying Coinbase. You could also buy some Coinbase as volume is high here. Stock got clobbered. And keep a watch on stocks where the volume is improving here. Look, we got TCRT, GAP, DWAC. Nice and high volume uptick here, but look, TCRT right now I would not buy. Look, it's too high from an RSI perspective. Gap is getting a little bit slaughtered here, and same story with DVAC here. And we got a few more, as you see here. As usual, keep a watch on insider institution. CRISPR could be a good one here. Nice and high institutional buy here. Institutional ownership is also pretty good here. Stock is getting clobbered. You could buy some CRISPR here. Gene editing play, as many of you know here. All right, so we got a few more here. I would not talk about all of them, but you get the idea. Keep watch on insider transactions here, like SG Sweet Corn, nice and high, but look, volume is drying up, as you can see here. And look, nice and high put call ratio. That tells you these can really go higher and slaughter both put option buyers as well as short sellers. All right, we'll end it here. Thank you very much. Happy investing and trading. Please subscribe.